Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new playthrough. This time we're going to be playing a game called Gate and Gates, which are two what they call, I think they're part of the 10 series by Great Known Games that you can get on Game Crafter. And I like a couple things about this game. Made me go out and get it and check it out. One is I like tower defense type games. That's what this is. Two, I like games that you're trying to defend. Like you have the villagers attacking and deck building and things like that. It's deck builder. So it's not a traditional deck builder in the sense that you might think of other ones, but it kind of is as well. However, what's cool about this game is that the entire game comes in 2 tins with the expansion, if you have the expansion right there. And I can't imagine not playing it without the expansion at this point. But the rules are even on cards. Everything's on cards. It comes in a container. Now, this mat is not part of that, just so you know. The mat came separately, that you can get a little neoprene mat that just makes the game layout a little smoother and cleaner. But you don't need it. You can just take the 2 tins with you and work the content of those 2 tins and have a full game. It's pretty cool. But as I said, this is a deck building tower defense game, basically. You're trying to defend your village, which is behind the gate, which is why it's called Gate, or Gates in this case. Now, with the expansion, there's a couple added things on there that you don't get in the base game, like these barricades. There's some additional characters and additional monsters. You actually expand your monster repertoire a little bit, which extends the game about 10 minutes or so. But it's actually a better experience, I think. The first game was fine. It was a quick, like 20-minute game or whatever. It's great, but we're going to play it as it is. Now, I have a couple setup things still to do. I just wanted to go through those setup things with you real quick before we get started. But I do have our village out here. I'll talk about lose conditions. They're real straightforward. There's 2 ways to lose. Our gate gets destroyed, and this is the hit points of our gate. They're 12. Or this thing called the pyramid gets all the way to the top, and we lose the game. We win by getting through the entire deck wave of monsters that will be coming at us. Again, the tower defense aspect of it. And we will be doing things like building barricades, recruiting villagers, and fighting the monsters. It's a really clean mechanically. You don't really have to, once you've read the rules, you're going to get it. It's very straightforward. But like I said, I do have a couple setup things I need to do. First off, this little deck here is the deck of hero cards. Now I'm going to keep them as a surprise for us. I'm going to shuffle them up and just put them down right here. And these hero cards will come out at certain moments. Like you see this sunburst symbol on the pyramid. That's when we're going to get to add a new hero to our deck. Those heroes are one use. Once you reveal them, you have them in your hand. They are a one-use boon, but they're usually very powerful. Over here we have the deck of the normal villagers. They're all right in here. We're going to shuffle that up, and they have various costs. So as part of the setup, once we shuffle this up, we're going to reveal 4 of them, 3 of them in those rows next to it, and 1 on top of the deck. And every time we purchase one, we'll reveal another. So I'm just giving this a good quick shuffle so you can see that. And then we're going to draw them out. So the first one we got is the Gambler. Now, just to go over the stats on this might be a 2-episode thing just because I want to go over the rules with you. That's the cost in gold. This is the gold that the Gambler contributes. This is their ability to repair. This is their ability to reduce or calm the people and reduce the fear. And this is their attack stats. So these are the 4 main stats for each character. You see the Gambler has 1 in each of these. And it also has a special ability that you get to use in addition to using one of these stats. It says you may double the income of another card. That's extremely powerful. We probably want to get him because he's not very expensive. But doubling like for example, in our starting hand, we have the Peddler. If you can imagine, we take the Peddler from a 2 to a 4. That'd be pretty good, right? So the next up, we have the Vagabond. This is another inexpensive one. It's great. Wow. So the Vagabond is interesting because it allows you some deck manipulation. You may discard a card from your hand and draw another one. That's pretty good. Also generates 1 coin, 1 repair, and 1 combat. Next up, we're going to have the Gypsy. The Gypsy is quite a bit more at 4, but it generates 2 income, reduces fear, but that's it. But you may discard a card from your hand and draw 2 new ones. So that's pretty powerful right there. And then last but not least for right now, we have the Mason. The Mason is 3. Mason generates 1 income, has 2 ability to repair. That's pretty good. And 1 combat. +1, we're repairing the tower. The tower is an important item for us, and I'll go over that as well. So that is the setup of that part of the deck. Now, real quickly, we don't get all of these starting cards, unfortunately. We only get 3. So I'm going to shuffle these up. and we're going to draw 3, and those are going to be our starting hand. The other 2 will not be in the game, adding some replay value to gates. So like I said, I'm explaining the rules as I set up the final game, so we'll be there. So we got the monk, we got the farmer, and we got the guard. Those are some of the weaker ones, actually, but that's okay, because this is how it starts for us, and this could be good or bad. And we'll see how this all plays out in the end. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to build our monsters. Now, the first thing that's going to happen, is I'm going to leave this a surprise, the big enemy in gates is Zogar. Zogar is going to go right here. That's the last card we're going to draw. Then, now you see that with the expansion, we have more cards. And we also, instead of having 3 enemies in a wave, we're going to have 4, which can extend the game a little bit, but also give us time to build our deck a little more and enjoy that aspect of the game. So we are going to draw 1, 2, and I'll shuffle again, 1, 3, and 4. This is going to be wave 3. That's going to be the toughest monsters. I'll put the other wave aside. We're going to do the same thing, of course, with wave 2. And in the tin, while I'm talking about this, there are also some bonus cards for games, also other games designed by the designer of this game, whose name is Jason Glover, and he's done quite a few stuff on GameCrafter. They're really cool, similar mechanics. I do have his, I also got his game Iron Helm, but I'm ordering some expansion material for it so I can have a big game of that. That's going to be cool. So we're going to take, we'll just cut one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is going to be wave 2 right there, and then the other 2 will be put aside. And then lastly, we have wave 1. We're going to give them a quick shuffle, and we're going to draw random 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I'm going to reshuffle that one. It got flipped over. You don't want to know? Okay, there we go. 4. So we got our wave 1. That is basically the setup. Now let's talk about the rules. Now, it's interesting because here's the turn sequence is very simple. And it's also printed on the bottom of this mat, which is nice. Enemies are going to advance. That means we're going to have an enemy come out. If there's already an enemy come out, they'll move up 1, and another enemy will take its place. If there's already an enemy here, we haven't destroyed it, by the next turn, it will advance again and do damage to our gate on its way out, in addition to the damage it would normally do. So that's not great. Okay, then we're going to draw up. We're going to draw up 3 cards. We're going to always have a hand of 3 cards. As you could see, there are cards that will allow us to get more cards in our hand. We can use the commands. That's the stuff that is on this side of the card. We'll go over that in a minute. We can recruit people, use spending our money. We can use the cards and the powers. And then the enemies are going to attack us. And then when the enemies first attack, I'll explain how that works. On the flip side of this are some things we can do. Because, you know, as you run into in deck builders, sometimes there's times you can't do everything with your cards. And that kind of sucks. So in this game, they have these commands that you can issue to the village. For 2 coins, you can do 1 point of attack. For 1 coin, you can do a caravan. That means you discard, or actually all these guys go on the bottom of the deck, means you probably never see them again, and you replenish the row there. I'm pretty happy with what's out right now. Then we have the festival. We can, for 2 coins, we can reduce our fear, or calm the people, as it's called in the game. And then we can also, for 2 coins, fortify if we have to, and that is it. Okay. So this is our hand. Now our deck is going to get bigger. Our hand is normally going to be here. Our deck is normally going to be here. And monsters we defeat are just going to go off to the side and count as victory points for us at the end. This is a victory point game, though really the thing is to survive. Like, you can survive better and have higher victory points. But I think that with that said, we're going to get ready and just start. This is it. So let's just pull this over a little bit so you can see everything. We're going to do the enemy's advance phase first. So our first enemy is going to come out. I'm going to show them to you in detail. This is the Flyclops. That's the victory points he's worth. The Flyclops is a weird creature. Now, what does this mean? He has 3 health. He's going to, when he attacks, he will do 1 damage to the tavern. The tavern has 4 hit points right now, and he's going to generate 1 fear. Now, generating 1 fear isn't bad. It's when it generates more. Now, he's going to come out here, and that is going to be the first monster we have to contend with. Are we likely to kill him? No, but some of the in the first round maybe, but we'll see. I don't think we will, just based on the cards I have. We only have 1 attack after all. But what we can do is spend some money. Now, Farmer has a special ability, +1 when repairing the farm. The thing is, the farm's not damaged, so we don't have to worry about that. What we do have to do is, we don't have any fear to deal with, so really it's just buying and fighting right now. So I think I'm going to keep the guard, and we're going to use the guard to attack. I'll put that in my discard pile over here. And the guard will use his 1 attack value to attack. So first off, we did the enemies. We would draw up, but I already had 3 in my hand, so we don't have to do that. Now we're going to use our commands and use commands, recruit, and use cards. They're all one basic thing. So we're going to attack this guy here, this Flyclops, with the guard for 1 point. However, we still have the tower. The tower's still up. It's brand new to the game, so it hasn't even been damaged yet. So you get +1 to a single attack once per turn while this is standing. So we're actually going to take 2 cubes, 2 little things like this. These are damage markers. And we're going to put them on the Flyclops. We have damaged the Flyclops. Now it's going to do damage to us this turn. That's okay, because that's the best we can do at the moment with what we have. We do, however, have 2 points to spend on coins. So we're going to turn both these again, and we're going to buy a 2-point person that will go into our deck. And I think that what makes sense for me right now is I only have, now we can get a 3-pointer. I can't get the Mason. So we do need some attack value. It's going to be the Vagabond or the Mason. The reason I can get the Mason, even though I only had 2 points, is because the farm, another one of our locations, says +1 to a single purchase once per turn while this is still standing. So I actually have a total value of 3 right now. And I think that this is going to be the guy for us, right? He's got some pretty good repair. He can actually do some damage. It was going to be between that and the Vagabond, but I think the Vagabond can wait just a minute. Doubling the value of these cards when all I have is a bunch of 1s, I don't think that's that great. So I think we're going to take this guy, the Mason, and we're going to purchase him. And then immediately we're going to turn over somebody else. It's the Merchant. Now the Merchant, you can see, is quite expensive, but gives us 3 gold. Now imagine if the Gambler and the Merchant are in my hand at the same time, we'd have 6 points. Plus it says all commands cost only 1 gold this turn. So all those different commands we showed. So the Merchant's really good to get, but it's going to be expensive. Okay, we've used all our cards. So that is a turn. Pretty neat, right? Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I love the theme of this game. We're defending our town against these enemies. We're using the various powers and strengths and weaknesses of the villagers to protect our gates in our town. So what's going to happen next is we're going to go to enemies attack. That's the last thing that happens in the round. You can see it down here on the map. So we're going to go to enemies attack. So the Flyclops is going to attack us. The first thing he's going to do is he's going to do a damage to the tavern, bringing our tavern down from 4 to a 3, like so. That's not great. Now the tavern also has ability for calming people when we do that. And then he is also going to increase our fear at our pyramid. It's going to go up 1. But the good news is we're going to blindly take one of these heroes, put him in our deck. So we have a 1-use hero that's joined us to help fight off the enemies. Now, obviously you saw that we can reduce this, so I'm okay with it being there right now. That's not a bad place to be. And that is going to end a full round of gates. It's really straightforward, right? I love it. So next thing's going to happen, we're going to go back around to enemies advance. So we got to kill the Flyclops. We don't want him getting out and damaging our gate, and we don't want him to do any more damage to the tavern. So he's going to move to here, and another enemy is going to come out. This is the Skelepede. He's got 2 victory points, 3 health, attacks the tower for 2, that's a lot, but does not do any fear. So I don't know that we're going to be able to kill both of them. We'll see what our hand looks like. Then we're going to go to draw up. Now, in this case, I am going to draw up. I'm going to shuffle this up, and we're going to draw 3 cards. Now, I have more than 3 cards in my deck right now, so we're going to have some cards left over to draw in the next round. So we'll just take 1, 2, 3, see what we get. Hopefully we get something good. We got the Farmer, the Mason, that's great, and the Guard. So we have 2 attack value. That's not bad. I mean, I'm going to be able to kill, but I do want to continue to build our deck right now. We need stuff. Now, I can repair the Farm, and again, it's not damaged. I can repair the tower. Again, it's not damaged. It will be, though, so I wish he's going to come out again. We can rest assured of that. So I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to kill the Flyclops, right? Man, I could use him and not buy. Well, I'm going to get 2. Yeah, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the Farmer. The Farmer is going to go generate some money income for us. That's going to give us 2 technically, right? So while it's not the most we have, that is good, because then I'm going to get the Gambler, and I'm going to put the Gambler in our deck. Now the Gambler does not have any streak, but he does have this double income thing, which is really going to be helpful to us later. And then we're going to move the Merchant down and reveal another card. It's the Woodcutter. Now this guy's great because he does repairs, but on the barricades, they cost one less when we have them in our hand. Barricades are super powerful. We'll get to them when we cover that. And then I think I'm going to use the Mason. I could repair the Tavern, but I think I'm going to use the Mason and him to do damage. Now, damage can spill over to other monsters, so we're going to get a +1 from the tower, so that means we have 3 total attack value right now. So I'm going to take these two. We're going to do another point of damage that equals his 3, so he will come off, and he is dead. And we had 3 total damage, so we only had to do 1 to the Cyclops, so the other 2 will go over to the Skelipede. And we have killed our first monster. However, we've also then used all of our cards. Again, this is a very quick game. It's great. The turns go very quickly. It's solo only. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you could play it with somebody else, I suppose, as a team up, but you don't need to. Okay, we've used all of our cards. So the next thing that happens is the enemy's going to attack. You can see that we're going to have the tower get hit down to 4, so we're taking some damage and no fear. So then that's it. So that ends the round. We're going to go back to enemy's advance. The Skelepede's going to go here. We're going to get our next wave 1 monster. It's the Loot Corpse. Only worth 1 victory point, 2 damage. It's going to deal damage to the mill, and it's going to do 1 fear. You may not claim any citizens while the Lost Corpse is active. Now, I saw some things about this that were interesting. You can kill it, and if you kill it in the same round, you can then go buy stuff. Right. So anyway, we got these 2 guys. The Sorceress. Oh, look at the Sorceress. Oh man, you may place 1 barricade, 1-time use. So the Sorceress is going to get used this turn. We have the Monk, and then I'm going to have to draw the 3rd card from our deck. Hopefully it's the Mason. That would be great. This is a guy that can repair the tower. We also need money. We need to get money sources. I want to get that Gypsy if we can. I guess, yeah, we pull that off. Okay, what do we get? We get the Mason. Nice, all right. So that is our deck over here, and this is our hand. We have the Mason, the Monk, and the Sorceress. Now, once I use the Sorceress, she's a hero. She's going to go away. So we got to use her judiciously. I can actually use her. We also get this by, again, we get to use this ability, period. So I'm going to put her out right now. We're going to take a barricade, and I think if I put it on the mill, no, because I want to recruit this turn. I'm going to put the barricade on the gate, I think. No, we'll put it in front of the tavern, just in case. We'll protect the tavern. The gate has been undamaged yet. So let's talk about barricades. Normally they cost 3. There's some ways to reduce that cost. A barricade will absorb all the damage of an incoming attack, which is nice. And then it's going to do 1 point of damage to the enemy, and then it goes back into our pile. So right now I got the tavern defended with a barricade. They barricaded the tavern up, and it'll help us later on. All right, so with these 2 guys... Oh, and then we're going to use her attack value plus remember the tower, so it's going to give us a 3 attack value. Guess what? We only need 1 to kill the Skelipede, so that one is gone. And then we only need 2 more to kill the Lost Corpse, so that one is gone as well. Thank you, Sorcerer. She came in and blasted the enemies out from under the group there. However, this is now out of the game, so we will never get the Sorceress back into the deck. Okay, and then we have these 2 guys. We're going to spend 2. We got 3 total. Not enough. Not what I want. I could also repair the tower. It's down to 4, which we're going to, well, +1. I could repair it completely. I think we're okay right now. I think I'm going to wait since we killed all the monsters. Well, we're going to use their values here, because if I use him to repair, it's 3 points. We're not down 3 points, so no point in that. Let's do this. We got 2, so we got a total of 3. Not enough to do everything we want. Well, actually, I only need 2 because there's only 1 guy out there that's 2. So we're just going to use the Monk. The Monk's got 1 plus 1 from the farm. We're going to put that in our discard pile. And then we're going to buy the Vagabond and add him to our deck. Now that's going to give us some other options. It's nice. And we're going to get another townsperson out. The Nomad. Oh, all these expensive ones are coming out. I may need to clear this. But look at 1 money, 1 repair, 2 combat. You may take 1 card from your discard pile and place it on top of your draw pile. That's pretty powerful too. I like that, but that's expensive, and we're getting costly over here. I'm going to need to beef up how we can spend things. Okay, but we got this guy. We might as well do the repair because there's no point in not doing it. He only gets this bonus when he repairs the tower, so that's what he's going to do. Not that it matters. We could repair the tavern or the tower. The tower's actually down 2, so we're going to discard him, put the tower back up to 6, and that is all of our cards. Okay, enemies attack, but there aren't any. Yay! Killed enemies. That's pretty awesome. Wave 1 monsters, don't forget. They're easy. And then we're going to draw. We're going to go back around, and we're going to advance our enemies. We get the Doom Skull. He's worth 3 points, 3 health, He's going to attack our gate. No fear. We haven't had any fear go up. That's great. The Doom Skull deals 1 damage to the gate when first revealed. So actually, because he came out, he spit some fire or some crazy magic at the gate. Puts us down to 11 on our gate. And that's okay, right? And then we're going to draw up our hand. Let's see, we got 3 cards exactly. So we're going to have the Gambler, the Farmer, and the Guard. We only got 1 attack value, so we're not going to kill the Doom Skull this turn. He is going to attack us. However, we get to double the income of another card. So we'll use him to attack, for sure. We'll just play his hand, a card out. We'll attack the Doom Skull for 2. 2 of 3, not too bad. And then we got this is going to be worth 2, 3. So I can actually get somebody worth 4 because I can double the value of the Farmer. So let's do that. So we got 1, 2. We're going to double the value, 3. So and then the farm will give us 4 toward recruiting. And so we got 4 points. We can get the Gypsy or the Woodcutter. I'm kind of leaning on the Woodcutter right now because, well, because of this, right? And barricades cost 1 less. I think we're going to go with the Woodcutter right now and put that in our discard pile. Then the Nomad moves over and we're going to reveal somebody else. It's the Priest, another 4.1. We can get to 4 points now. That's good. He gives us 2 income, 1 combat, and reduces fear twice. Calms the people by 2 points. Very, very good. All right, that was all of our cards. So we are going to attack. Enemies attack. The Doom Skull is going to attack our gate for 1. So our gate is now down to 9, right? No, yeah, 10 rather. 10. Okay, we're down to 10 on the gate. Not a big deal. We're okay there still. And that's the end of the attack. He doesn't do any fear, so we're okay there. He's going to advance. All right. We haven't had to use this barricade yet. We're in luck. And then we're going to draw our first Wave 2 monster. Oof. Okay. The Blood Monk. Oh, this is not going to be good. Remove all damage tokens when this card is... Oh, no! He's got 4 health. He's going to attack the Tavern. I'm glad we got it barricaded. And he's going to do 1 fear. So we may want to reduce some fear. But this guy just got healed up by the Blood Monk. That's rough. Okay. Now, we don't have any more cards in our deck, so we're going to go to our draw phase. Could use another hero. Could use another hero. Okay. See what we get going on here. I like this game. This game is fun. It's so simple and straightforward, but still has plenty of strategy to it. Great job to Jason and the games he creates. I've really become a quick fan. All right. We got 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this will be our deck. This will be our hand. We got the Farmer. The Woodcutter, that's awesome. 2 damage, that's good timing. Plus barricades only cost 1, so we might build a barricade with the Farmer this turn. Put it on our gate. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? We can't. Nobody's reducing fear, so we don't have anybody that can do that. So, okay, we're going to have an interesting turn because we're not going to be able to buy anything this turn. We're going to buy a barricade, right? We're going to use him for fighting. We're going to use him for his coin. To buy the barricade, actually, instead of, well, could I get both of them? I got a 2, 3, no, I can't. I can get the Doom Skull. The Blood Monk is going to take damage and not do damage to the Tavern. So I think we're okay there. We're going to use the Farmer. I don't need to repair the farm. We're just going to use the Farmer for the money to build a barricade with 1 less. Oh, there's 3. Oh, no, there's 3. That's right. Barricades cost 1, so it's going to cost 2. So I can build a barricade in front of the gate. I don't need to. I think we're not going to build a barricade. We're going to fight, right? Because I would need both of these to build the barricade right now. But I could use him to attack still and almost kill the Doom Skull. The Doom Skull will attack the gate for 1 more damage. Man, I really want to build a barricade, but I think we're going to kill the Doom Skull anyway because he's going to kill it. The Blood Monk's going to get through no matter what, but we're okay. I think we're not going to build a barricade. Okay, so first off, I'm going to spend him for his attack value. We still have the ability to build the barricade if we choose to. He has an attack value of 2, plus the tower is shooting at these guys, going to give us a 1. We're just going to kill the Doom Skull and get it out of play. Bam. 3 points to the Doom Skull with the Woodcutter and the tower. Very good job. Okay, now, the question of the day. Do I do any... I can do 1 whopping point to the Blood Monk, or I can try to do 4 next round. Well, I won't have the Woodcutter in my hand. I think I'm going to build a barricade in front of... I'm going to use these 2 points. I think this is the right thing to do, to build a barricade in front of the gate. Now the gate's not going to take any damage this turn, but we're beefing ourselves up. Now there's only 3 barricades, so the next one, I don't know where it's going to go. I could put it in front of the mill, but the mill... Oh, wait. I take it back. Barricades cost 1 less while this is standing. So this was 2 because of the woodcutter came down to 1, so I still can use his attack value and put 1 damage on. Yeah, I got to keep track of that, right? I'm going to use him for the attack. With the mill, the barricades cost 1 less while standing. The woodcutter gave us -1 cost to the barricades. So that means this barricade only costs 1. That resulted in the woodcutter actually buying and building the barricade. The farmer rather, the woodcutter did the damage to kill the Doom Skull. And then we're going to use him to add 1 more point to the Blood Monk. Now you don't get the tower bonus twice. It's a single attack. You only get it once. So I can't do 2 points to it, but 1 point, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, that is all of that. So the enemy's going to attack. He attacks the tavern. Here's the good news. The tavern had a barricade in front of it, so the barricade will absorb all damage from a single attack to the locations they are protecting. They also deal 1 point of damage back to the enemy that attacked it. So that's going to go back here. We're going to put 2 damage on the monk. He's going to move forward. However, we do have another problem. No, he's not moving forward yet. He's going to attack our farm. Now here you see the little wheat symbol. That means that the farm was affected by fear, and it goes down to 4. I'm sorry, 5 from 6. So we're still in pretty good shape on our Wave 2 monsters. We're going to have to do some repairs. We didn't have to yet. I got a pretty healthy deck already. Just some of these guys are expensive. I want to get them to like this merchant. So valuable. Okay, we got 2 damage on the monk, so we're likely to kill him next turn. Anyway, he's going to advance. We're done with our enemy attacks. We're going back around to enemy's advance. And then we're going to draw our next enemy, the Rotworm. 4 victory points, 5 health. It's going to attack our farm. Not good. And increase fear 1. Well, we increase fear 1 more. We're going to get a hero, but we're going to increase 2 unless we can kill the Blood Monk. Let's draw our hand. We got our deck here. 1, 2, 3. We still got 1 more card in our deck. We got the Monk, the Vagabond, and the Mason. I can kill the with any one of these guys. You may discard a card from your hand and draw a new one. No, I might use him to reduce the fear. No, if I reduce the fear, I got to do it by 2. Can I do that? Reduce, yeah, when calming, so the tavern will do that. So, okay, we're going to use the monk to actually reduce the fear level down 2. That means when we go up 1 from the worm, we're going to get a hero instead. Now, when you go backtrack, you don't have to do these again, but just when you go forward again. So, then I think we're going to play... We got the Mason and the Vagabond. I'm not going to buy anybody this turn, unfortunately. I can repair the tower's already. The tower's fine. I can do 2 damage to the monk. We're going to have to use one of these guys. We'll use the Vagabond. I'm not going to use his special ability this turn to kill the Blood Monk. That'll give us 1 point there, 1 point from the tower. The Blood Monk is dead. Okay. Then I got the Mason. I could repair 2 with the Mason. We do have some locations with damage. I could repair the gate and put it back to full health. I think since I can't buy anything, I could attack the Bloodworm for 1. I'm going to have to do 4 next turn. It's going to attack the farm. I think we'll repair the gate. That sounds like a plan. 1 point of damage doesn't seem that effective. So we're going to go back up to 6 on our gate. Remember, we've got to keep the gate whole to win. So that's that. All cards spent. Okay. So we're going to go here. We're going to enemy's attack. He's going to attack the farm for 2. The farm is now down to 3. That's not great. We're going to have to beef that back up. And our fear mid's going to go up, meaning, flip that over. We're going to take a hero card and we're going to place it on top of our deck. Nice. Now when we shuffle that up, we may get the hero in place. That's the enemy attack. Enemy's going to move here. This might be the first enemy that gets off the board. This is a still wave 2, a Vile Stalker, 5 health, 2 against the tavern. That's bad because the tavern's at 3. No fear. Okay. We're going to have to try and kill these guys. All right. So first off, we have 1 card left. We have the Gambler in our deck. That's good. Now let's get our hand out. We're going to get our discard pile. We're going to get the rest of our hand. Just shuffle that up. Okay. Let's see. Who do we get? We get the engine. Oh, we got the hero. 4 points to... that's terrible. One-time use. We may not spend him this time. We don't have to, by the way. We can just discard him. And then the third card's going to be the Monk. Boo. Not good. I mean, the Engineer doesn't even give us any money. Man, I was really hoping to get to 4. I can get to 4 and buy the Gypsy or the Priest. I might buy the Priest. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, no attacks. We can't, oh my God. We can't fight. We have nobody to fight with this round at all. Oh, this is not good. We're going to take a lot of damage this turn. This is not good. I do think, though, that because we know the farm's going to get hit and the tavern. So I think we're going to have to use the Engineer to repair something. 4 points of repair, but we can only repair one thing, I think. But we do get the mill. It's for barricade costs. Yeah. We're gonna have to use the Engineer, I think, to repair one of these two things because we're going to take the damage out. I think the farm is more important to me than the tavern, so we're going to put the farm back up to 3, so 5. No, actually, he's got 4 points. He's going to go all the way up to 6. What am I doing? 2 points. The Engineer's got 4 points. I don't think I can spread that out. I'm going to double check the rules on that just to be sure. It uses the words or, so I think I can only repair 1. So it was a little bit of a waste, but we did get the farm all the way back up to full. Now I have the Gambler and the Monk. So, and again, no attack value. I could reduce the could reduce the fear level. It's going to go up. We're going to damage the farm 3 points if I don't. But if I don't do that, we're not going to be able to buy anybody. So I could do that, or I think we'll take the damage. It's okay. We'll repair it back up. I do think we're going to double the cost of the Monk. That'll be 2, 3, and then we get +1 for the farm. So 4 total. That just shows you how important the farm is. So 4 total to purchase with, and we're going to buy this guy. He's just all around too good to pass up. 4. No special abilities, but that's okay. And then we get the Blacksmith, another good one. You may double the attack of another card. That's really good. So we got that. So like if we had the Nomad, we could get an attack of 4 on that. Okay, that means we're going to end this off with the enemy attack, and then we're going to leave it in a cliffhanger for the next episode. So here's what we have. We have an attack. Now, this is going to be a really bad round for us because we didn't do any damage to these guys. He's going to attack the farm twice. So that's going to put it from a 6 down to a 4. Okay, bam. That's not great. And he's going to increase our fear by 1. That's going to put another damage on the farm, bringing it down to 3. Glad we repaired it. And then, because... No, that's not going to happen yet. We're going to worry about their attacks right now. So, also we take 2 on the Tavern. The Tavern is down to 1. We got to repair the Tavern, but he does no fear. Oh, I may not hire a citizen. Oh, bummer. Okay, hold on. We're going to have to take that back. I didn't pay attention to the text. My bad. Let's move back and do something different because we couldn't hire the priest yet. We'll just flip this back this way. Boom. And that means we needed to do something different. We did the repair, but I guess we'll do... What? I can... Oh, you know what I can do? I can do some of this. I can reduce fear. Let's reduce the fear. It was at 1, right? So we'll use the Monk to reduce the fear 1. He'll double the income, so it's 2. He can do something here. What will he do? He'll fortify the Tavern. How's that? We'll fortify the Tavern with this, with 2 coins. And that will put the Tavern up to 4. Not as bad. Okay. All right. We'll get on with it. Now we do the attacks. I forgot that we can't recruit while he's here. That's bad. I really wanted that priest. All right. So 2 points of damage to the farm, puts it to 4. And he increases the fear, gives us a hero. That's better than what we had going on there. So we get a hero in our deck. And then then we go to this guy, 2 points of damage to the Tavern. That puts it down to 2, not 1, which is good, but no fear. And that's it. Okay, so we're going to end there. The enemy attack, that's the end of the round. When we come back next time, we'll advance the enemies and complete the game. So I'm going to leave it on that cliffhanger with a massive attack on our town where we couldn't do a lot of stuff. A lot of fun, though. All right, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll talk to you in the next episode. This is going to be a short one, but I think you'll enjoy it and see how it ends. Hopefully our town survives. We'll see. And again, this is Gate and Gates by Grey Gnome Games, I think, if I recall. Let's see. It's weird because it doesn't say on here. It just says designed and illustrated by Jason Glover, who I think is Grey Gnome Games. Anyway, Jason Glover on Green Crafter. Go check this out. Grab it. It's not horribly expensive. It comes in tins. You can take it anywhere and play. It's amazing. You don't need the mat. All right, take care. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.